Killing Floor 2 is a hidden gem amongst all the oversaturated shooters and zombie games. It's an indie title that's had so much care put into it that it looks like a AAA game, but it's better polished than most of the money-grabbing projects that companies keep on spewing out. There are a few, but fascinating factors that make this zombie shooter a memorable one. So, what makes Killing Floor 2 special? Shooting guns and hearing those bullets impact with flesh and bone should feel good. This is what Killing Floor 2 does well. They make the player feel satisfied with a couple of clicks. But how exactly do they do it? Let's start with the amazing animations. Of course, animations are one of the key features that can make or break a game. In Killing Floor 2, each and every weapon is motion captured by a gun specialist at over 200 frames a second. At normal speed, the animations look fluid and smooth, but in slow motion, you can notice every little detail. For instance, you can even see individual parts on the gun moving fluently. It's something insignificant, and Tripwire, the makers behind Killing Floor 2, didn't have to bother with it, but they did it anyway. But it doesn't stop there. The guns do feel powerful because of the animations, but there is something else that makes them feel that way. I'm going to show a clip of someone shooting a gun. Pay close attention to it. Feels like it has some kick to it, right? I'm going to show the clip again, but this time, listen closely to how it sounds. It has that real oomph factor put into it, right? Thanks to the stupendous sound design, it makes the gun feel really robust and satisfying to handle. The audio design also applies to other factors. It differentiates things from one another. You'll know when a husk is taking aim, or when there are some crawlers roaming around. Everyone gets identified when a Scrake spawns, or when there is a bootleg Bowser entering the fight looking to pummel some players. But the best thing about the sound design is, yet again, providing satisfaction to players. Let's take failing a bash as an example. Whenever you miss the head, you hear something getting hit. Although there was a sound indicating that you hit the Z, it wasn't enough to satisfy your needs. You all probably know that nifty noise you hear when you bash your head. It is very satisfying. You probably would want to hear it all the time. It drives you to pull off that bash on the head. So, not only does it provide satisfaction, but encourages players to try again and execute the attack better next time. Everybody wants to be met with that sweet, sweet sound and the explosion of blood. Ooh, that's right, the graphic gore system. Most games treat the gore as a minute detail, but when Tripwire was making the game, they decided that, nah, let's be different. And they spent a long time putting a lot of hard work into the gore system. In fact, there's been so much effort put into it that the game has over 20 dismemberment spots and 2 dev diaries dedicated to just gab about the gore. Also, all the bloodiness from the corpses are there to stay the entire match. That way, players are reminded of what they've accomplished, what fights they've been through, and leaves them once again satisfied to see an explosion of red mist and a pool of blood on the floor. All these minor things, animations, sound design, and gore that normally would have been just checked off a list, were explored and expanded deeper. If Tripwire just improved the graphics and made new content instead of working their butts off on these intricacies, then Killing Floor 2 would have just been a bland sequel. The developers put a lot of attention to detail, which makes Killing Floor 2 unique. In the end, it's all the little things that make anything special. I know that I don't have many subscribers checking me out every so often, but I'm here to make that change. This time, I'm going to try to stick to a 10-day upload schedule. Why 10 days? On top of making videos, I'm also busy with life, school, activities, all that jazz. This way, I won't have big gaps between my videos and trying to actually grow as a YouTube channel, but also having time for my own life. I'd like to thank the people who still watch me, and also a big thanks to my friend FrontFlippingMan for helping me review the script. Thank you all again for watching, and take care.